Morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Thought I'd walk y'all around the log yard this morning and show you kind of how we got things laid out and how things are working as far as logs and all that. But let me say first, it is right now it's Tuesday morning, March 19th right now. And normally if you see a video pop up from our channel, most of the time it's from a few days before. Like, we don't record in advance or anything like that. So if you see a video like come up Wednesday, more than likely it was recorded Monday or Tuesday. Just 3 days ago, over the weekend, it was beautiful out here. Weather's beautiful, 75 degrees, warm. I thought spring was here, but now it's cold again. Had to pull the Carhartt sweatshirt back out. I thought I'd tell y'all guys, before I show you the logs, conversation I had with Woodmizer. This is why we use Woodmizer, and not bashing any other sawmill out there. There's Nordic Woods, Superior, Timber King. There's all kind of sawmills actually that you can choose from, and I'm not bashing those one bit. I'm sure they're great sawmills. I really do. But I'm gonna tell you why we love Woodmizer and why we would only use Woodmizer from the whole length of our sawmill career. So the other day we was using a blade on a white oak, and we was in a hurry sawing this white oak, and me and Dad sawed this, and we was using a blade. We was using a Turbo 7. Well, that Turbo 7, after a couple hours, it broke, and I called our blade guy, which is Joe Main from Industrial Cutting Tools. Highly recommend Joe Main. All you gotta do is Google Industrial Cutting Tools out of Georgia and look up and ask for Joe Main, and they'll send them to you. Highly recommend them. So I called Joe and asked Joe, have you ever heard of this? That what's going on with my blades? You know, is people experiencing this? And we had a blade to stress crack. It would crack every foot on the blade. It would crack from the gullet to the backbone about 1/4 inch. And the blade broke. And every time I break a blade on a sawmill, I take that blade and I break it more. Because if you're on a sawmill, you know when you break a blade, they're activating, because they're just laying out here, 8-10 feet. So I always break them more to put them in our storage bin so we can haul them off for scrap metal. It makes it easier to work with. And I was doing that, and as I was breaking it, it was breaking like a pretzel. And I've never seen it before. So that's when I figured out it was stress cracking, and I called Joe and all that. So, and this conversation with Joe was just yesterday. So I called Joe, and it's like, Joe, have you ever seen this before? This kind of stress cracking on a blade. Well, first off, I called him, asked him if you ever seen a braided blade like this, and then he told me to look for stress cracking, and I did. We had another conversation. This is yesterday now, and we got talking about it and what it could be causing this blade to do this. Well, he told me, Matt, I tell you what, I've got 2 guys from Florida, Woodmizer, and a guy from Indiana, Woodmizer, coming down to talk to me. So if you want to, we can give you a call back then, and I can have them guys and myself talk to you and try to figure this out. So I was like, yeah, sure, Joe, that'd be awesome. So that's what we done. So 2:30-ish, he told me to call me, and he called me right at 2:30. But they talked me through it, and I told them what happened, and I told them what I was sawing that day when that blade happened. And they said that more than likely what had happened with that blade, it more than likely overheated, because we was sawing white oak and we was pushing that blade hard that day, and the mill hard, because we was in a time crunch. And we was sawing a big old white oak. I should have recorded it. I don't know why I didn't. I guess it was too big a hurry. He told me that more than likely that blade has got overheated, and with y'all pushing it that hard, that blade just ran down quickly. And we thought it was a problem with the mill, maybe. There's things they told me to check on the mill that I'm definitely going to check. Number one is the blade belt drive tension, and we do check it pretty often, but he said that's number 1 on these mills. So that's something to look for if you come to this video for that. Drive belt tension is very, very important. He said to check that and check a few other things, but more than likely that blade, you just run it too hard, got too hot, you run it too long, and it just gave out on you. But the fact that them guys from Florida and the guy from Indiana took their time out to talk to me, that speaks volume to me. Highly, highly appreciate it. I really do. Customer service, you call Woodmizer, they're gonna answer your phone and they're gonna talk you through it. That's, to me, that's what you buy with Woodmizer. I love the sawmill. I love how everything's set up on the Woodmizer. I wouldn't change a thing, maybe a few little tweaks, but I mean, I love it in my book. But I appreciate y'all guys taking the time out to talk to me. And if you're looking for a sawmill, go to Woodmizer. Don't really matter what state you buy it from. I guess I'd recommend it buying from your state. More than likely though, if you're in Tennessee and you're looking for a Woodmizer and you go to your Woodmizer, Tennessee, if they don't have it, they're gonna pull it from Texas, or they're gonna pull it from Ohio. They're gonna pull it from some other state, more than likely. Like our mill came from Georgia. You know, that's just kind of how it works, because it's all a big family, pretty much. But anyways, guys, I thought I'd share that with you and tell you how impressed I was with all that situation. And if it happens again, them guys will do the same thing every time. They will work with you every time you get a situation. But let's look at these logs real quick. So first off, let's talk about the orders we have ready. That's going to a guy that's ready. That's for our projects here on the sawmill. That's orders ready. It's ready for pickup. That's going somewhere. Here's your sawmill down there. That order's ready. If you can see it, that order's ready. And we got a little bit of stuff over here that we can pick from that we don't need right now, but we can pick it from later. So at the mill right now, we have probably 4 orders to go out. That's ready, and a bunch more to cut. But right here we have these are set of logs. These are look like yellow pine. We have these right here. A friend of ours dropped these off just yesterday. Wants fence boards out of these. Guy right here with these logs right here, he builds custom doors, and his name is Ridge Woodworks LLC. So if you ever want any custom doors in my area, which is Landrum, South Carolina, well, you know, surrounding areas, look him up. He is awesome at what he does. Custom doors, and I think he's getting into furniture, so that's gonna be fun to see what he makes there. Look him up if you want custom doors, Ridge Woodworks. These are for a guy, he dropped these off about, gosh, probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. Not in a really big hurry on these, he's not. We gotta get to them at some point and install them for him. Got a few logs down here that are waiting on us. Got these right here. These are forest pine, I do believe. Got to saw them too. Out there is to be sawed for somebody. Everything this way toward the sawmill is our logs that we can use for jobs that people say, hey, I want 32x4s or whatever. So let me show you these. Right here, we got some yellow pine right here for a job. That's to be sawed Thursday, I do believe. Got some cedar here. Now this here is just waiting for somebody that wants some cedar boards or timbers or something. Over there, there's the money log right there. That's maple, but that's just sitting there just whenever somebody wants it. And here are the beasts. We call these the beast at the yard. Can anybody guess what these is? I'll give you 10 seconds. They're rare, but they grow huge. These are hemlock. And hemlock is great lumber if they don't crack on you. If they're good and solid, they're awesome. But they grow big. Down here we have some yellow pine. These might be considered loblolly, but they're pretty tight grained, so that's good. And we also got some Leland cypress. So here's some Leland cypress we got that's can be put on saw for customers. A bunch of loblolly right here. Got this stack, got that stack. Sorry for the sun, guys. Got a few white oak sitting over there. That's also the money log. But anyways, guys, I thought this might be kind of interesting just to walk on the log yard with me this morning. I do this quite often just to keep a check on my inventory and see what we got coming up to be sold and see what we got and what we're gonna need. Guys, I'm gonna warm up the mill, get everything running, and I'm gonna get to work. I guess this video will air Wednesdays. But don't forget, if you're gonna buy a sawmill, buy a woodmizer. I'm partial. See you guys.